Hi, my name is Dr. Shell, Dr. Michelle Erig, also known as Dr. Test Prep. Welcome to the Dr. Test Prep YouTube channel. Now, if you do not have the free book for the ASVAB AFQT, please get the link in the description. It is a prescribed program where me as a teacher, I start you very basic and we build up. This unit in particular, this lesson coordinate plane, has a lot of basic stuff in it. So if you already know how to plot points and count, you might not need it, but it's still a very good review. So we're going to look at what ordered pairs are, and I'm going to teach it to you like you never learned the coordinate plane before. So the beginning 5 to 10 minutes is very basic, but we're going to learn techniques that are going to help us when we get to the next lesson, which deals with slope and finding some kind of distances and things like that. So a very valuable lesson that builds you up. So this might be a good time that you get some popcorn and follow along, and you might not have to work so hard because it is very valuable, but I'm building up your knowledge base for the more challenging questions. All right, so like I shared, this unit is pretending that you don't know anything about coordinates. So this is, pretty much all of this are probably not going to be ASVAB AFQT questions, but you have to know this information to do what's coming up in 3.8, which is slope and Pythagorean theorem and things like that. So if you really understand coordinates and you're short on time, could you probably skip this video? Yes. But 15 to 20 minutes to make sure you know everything, not a bad thing either. All right, so first of all, you're always going to want to draw a coordinate plane. Okay, anytime we deal with points, this is called the x-axis and this is called the y-axis. Now, I've put snapshots of graph paper on these questions because I'm using a drawing tablet and a drawing pen, and I might need a little bit more help with straight lines. But the main thing concepts are the same, whether it's on plane or on grid paper. This middle dot is called the origin. That point is known as 0, 0. Just like in Minecraft, moving forward, you're going positive. When we move backwards, we go negative. When we jump, we go up. When we fall, we go down. So anytime we get a point, we're moving left or right first and then up or down. So if I have the point -5, +3, that means I start here at 0, 0 and I go back 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I went back 5 spaces. Then it means jump 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Now, why is knowing how to do this important? Because if you don't remember the slope formula, you're going to be counting to between points. And this right here, like if I'm going from this point to this point, in math and graphs, we always read left to right. My slope is 3 over -5, which we put the negative on the top, -3/5. Simple, no fancy formulas. I just did it by counting. And that's why I really wanted to put these lessons in to help you with counting. Now, this is not the most beautiful coordinate plane. I just had to find something quick in Canva. So we're going to draw. Let me get to a different color to maybe make it stand out a little bit better. We're going to draw our grid. Okay. And again, I put the graph paper just so it'd be easier for me to jump and have it make sense for you. So it wants a point that is 4 units left. So here's my left, here's my right. If you get that confused, I'm not kidding. I tell my students, go like this in front of them, and whichever one looks like the letter L is your left hand. I'm sure that that's just a coincidence, but that's the truth. So if I'm going 4 left, I'm going 4 units this way. Then it wants 3 units up. So I'm going to start here and count back. This always starts at 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be -4. Then it says up 3. 1, 2, 3. So this would be my point. And my point here would be -4, 3, because we always say left or right first, then up or down. Now, if I were going to find the slope and I counted, we always count rise over run. So this would be from this point to this point. It'd be like going, well, I have to go down 3 spaces and over 4 spaces. And that would be my slope. So counting helps if you're not good with numbers. Here, It says go 6 units to the right. So I'm going to make sure I have enough space going to go right. So here's my left, here's my right, counting 6 units. 0. We always start our pen at 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my temporary spot. Then I go 2 units down. 1, 2. So this is positive 6, negative 2. Now, I do want to talk to you about quadrants. It's going to come up a little bit later. In here, all of these numbers are going forward and going up. So this quadrant is positive, positive, and we call that quadrant number 1. We go backwards in math. So this is called quadrant number 2. And as we saw here, our numbers are backwards first, so negative, and then our y's are positive. Then we keep going counterclockwise. That puts this at quadrant number 3. In order to get to all the points in quadrant number 3, I'm going backwards first and then down. So these points we call negative, negative. The last one would be quadrant number 4. And we get to these points by going positive x first and negative down for y. All right, I'm going to move a little bit faster. So here, how do we move to negative 5, negative 1? Well, negative 5 means I go backwards. So I start at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I went 5 to the left. Negative 1 means I fall down 1. So here's my point, negative 5, negative 1. Then I went down, 5 left, 1 down, down 1. Okay, here it wants positive 3. So I'm going to move in a positive direction at 3. So my pen always starts, my first number is 0 with my pen. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So I went right 3. Then it says down 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll pretend here's my point, 7. So this is in quadrant 4. This was in quadrant 3 because both of those numbers are negative. And then here, obviously, we went down 7. Okay. Now, sometimes our numbers stay on the axis. So this says, what ordered pair lies on this line and is 8 units left? This is the x, this is the y. So 8 units left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the point. So the only thing that happened is I went back 8. I went left 8. I didn't go up or down. So left 8 tells me negative 8. And since I didn't go up and down, it's 0. You just only move. All right, here, this one, it probably isn't going to fit. But I'm moving 2 units left, 1, 2, that gives me negative 2. And then I'm climbing 9 units, positive 9. All right, we're going to move a little bit faster. Now we've got 5 units right and 4 units above it. So 5 right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's 5 units right, 4 units up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this point is positive 5, positive 4, which means it's in quadrant number 1 from our quadrant lessons. Remember, quadrant 1 is always here. Here's quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. All right, here, now we're going to do this one. We're going left 6, 1, 2. Remember, we always start at 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gives us negative 6. 3 units below it means fall 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm falling to this point. So I'm negative 6, negative 3 is that point. That's in quadrant 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, quadrant 3. And we use Roman numerals for the quadrants. I just wasn't, but that's the proper way to do quadrants. Usually when we put the Q, we write our number. When we use the word, we put the Roman numeral. All right, 2 units to the right, 1, 2, 7 units up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this was a positive 2 to the right, a positive 7 up, makes it in Q1. All right, this one says 4 units left, nothing up. So here's my point at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my 4 units left. I went back -4, but I didn't go up or down. So that makes it on the x-axis. It's not on a quadrant. This is the y-axis. I tell my students, see how the letter y touches the axis? So this is x-axis. -4, 0 is on the x-axis. All right, here we're doing 3 units below the origin, but we're not running or running forward or backwards. So we're starting here and we just fall 3 units. 1, 2, 3. So that puts the point right here. So my point is 0 because I didn't go left or right, and then -3 because I fell. And that puts it on the CY axis. All right, here's our next one. I went 1 unit, here's my origin, puts where my pen is, 1 unit to the left, 5 units up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 unit left is -1, up 5 is +5. That puts me in, here's quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. So that puts me in quadrant 2. All right, now we're doing distance between points. Now, this I'm keeping easy, so you'll notice a certain numbers stay the same. And so it's just to practice the counting. Some students mess up and they put their pen down and they say 1. No, when we put our pen down, we say 0. And when we move our hand, then we say our numbers. So all of the numbers here are in the Y or the first quadrant. So I'm going to make my coordinate plane like this so I have space. So my first point is 2, 3. So I start at the origin, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is my first point, 2, 3. My next point is 9, 3. So I go back to the origin and count 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I go up 3, 1, 2, 3. So here's 9, 3. So what is the distance between the points? Now, some of you might notice in this one case, because these numbers are the same, you can just do 9 minus 2 and that's the answer, 7. But that does not work because sometimes you'll have a diagonal line, and that's when you're going to have to do something called the Pythagorean theorem that we'll talk about in another problem. So I'm going to still just show you practicing counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The distance is 7. All right. These are all going to mostly be in quadrant 2. So I'm going to go like this. So I've got -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, +1. Here's my first point, -4, 1. Then I'm going to -4. So I go back to 0, 0, count to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I go up 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so because this only works because there's one set of numbers that match, we can just do 9 minus 1 and get 8. The other option is counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we got 4 more questions left of just practicing. I can go kind of this way. So here we go. We've got +1. Oh, I went the wrong way. Let's make both of these again. There we go. All right, so I'm doing +1, -2. Here I'm doing +8, -2. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down 2. Now, because the -2's are the same, I can just do 8 minus 1 to get 7. Or I can jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, here we've got negative 3, 1. So here's my origin, back 3, 1, 2, 3, down 1. Here's my first point. Then I go negative 3 again, now down 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that worked out perfect. Because now here, this is where it gets tricky, because do you know how to do negative 1 minus negative 10? So that's why counting, start at 0. This is my 0 point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, am I going down? Yes. But because it's a distance, we can't have negative distance in our world. So that's why that is what it is. All right, here's our next one. This one, ooh, this one's a fun one. Here we have over 0 up 4. So here's my 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have over 0 down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so again, this is why counting works. Maybe you're good at doing 4 minus negative 5. But if you're not, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if you don't have grid paper, you're going to be doing those little loops anyway. So it's super easy to compare. The other thing we can do is we can see that from here to here, it's 4. From here to here, it's 5. 4 plus 5 is 9. All right, our last two is, okay, here's my origin, back 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this part right here to here is 6 units. Oh, up 2, but still that's 6 units. Then I've got to go up 5, positive 5, 3, 4, 5, up 2. So this point right here is negative 6, 2 with a distance of 6. This point right here is 5, 2 with a distance of 5. 6 plus 5 is 11. So this whole lesson was just on coordinates. Let's see, why is it not letting me do it? But in the next lesson, we're going to get, oh, that's right, because it's sand. At the next lesson, we're going to be talking more about the geometry parts with the coordinates, things like slope. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. The full course with another 700 questions and video answers is available at heydrtestprep.com for only $49 to get ready for the AFQT. Half of all proceeds support nonprofit initiatives with at least $10 of your purchase supporting troops and veterans. All right, bye guys. We got this.